Wasim. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you how I meal prep for fat loss, and this is specifically high protein meal prep. If you are new to my channel, I am a mom. I am 2 years postpartum. I've been documenting my weight loss journey here on my channel. If you are into fitness and lifestyle content, I also post a lot of beauty content as well. So if you are into that, feel free to subscribe and join the family. But let's get started in today's video. I have been on this postpartum weight loss journey and I've been documenting it a ton here on my channel. I just most recently finished a cut, which I will share in another video. I wanted to film this video because I get a lot of questions on how I kind of manage this lifestyle, how I'm able to get my nutrition in check, what do I eat, all of the things in order to achieve maximum fat loss. I figured I would share with you what I do in order to make my life easier, but also make sure that I'm hitting my goals and just make it easier on myself. I don't have to think anymore about what I'm eating on a day-to-day basis. My meals are already prepped in the fridge. I'm no longer snacking or going after foods that are unhealthy, and we're eating out so much less. So without further ado, I'm gonna jump right in. I always stock up on protein. That's like the first thing that I do when I go to the grocery store. I stock up on chicken breasts, chicken thighs. I eat a lot of ground beef, and typically I will buy 90-10, or I'll get 96% lean ground beef, and it just kind of depends on what I'm in the mood for. But it's just very easy, straightforward. Like, those are always the types of proteins that I will usually buy. And then my most recent favorite one that I have been buying from Trader Joe's is the Santa Maria tri-tip, and it's already pre-marinated. You can find it in the meat section at Trader Joe's. And this just makes such tender beef. You can use this for burritos, tacos, burrito bowls. It's just so yummy, and you don't have to season it or marinate it or anything. You just throw it in the crock pot. So that's like the first thing that I will do for the week is I'll take that meat out of the package, throw it into the slow cooker, and I will set that on high for about 4 to 5 hours. And I don't have to add any additional like seasonings to it. It already has like taco seasoning on it. If you want, you can add some more, but after about 4 to 6 hours, that thing is just so moist. You can just shred it up. You can use it in tacos, burritos, taco bowls, like whatever you desire. And for 4 ounces, I believe it is around, I want to say 20 grams of protein. It is a little bit higher fat content, but it is just so satisfying, and I really like that, and my family likes it too. So I throw that into the slow cooker. While that's in the slow cooker, I will get my ground beef ready. Now for my ground beef, I will either make the leanest one for myself, or I'll use like the 90% one for myself. It just kind of depends on like what I'm in the mood for. So I will throw that into the pan. I will use a little bit of spray. I don't really use a ton of cooking oils, just to kind of keep the fat content down. And then I will just use my everyday seasonings, which is garlic powder. I use seasoned salt. I do pepper, smoked paprika, regular paprika, onion powder. Sometimes I'll throw in some Italian seasoning. So I just make a bunch of ground beef because it's so easy to throw into taco bowls. You can make tacos out of them. You could do ground beef with rice and broccoli. Like, I really enjoy eating ground beef. The protein content is quite high, and I just enjoy eating it like throughout the week. So I usually will make a big batch of that, and that will last me a couple days. You can also use that for pasta if you want. Like, if you're eating pasta with red sauce, you can use the ground beef in a red sauce. Easy to throw in, put together as a meal. And then while that is going, I use the other package of ground beef for burger patties. And I like to make my burger patties ahead of time because I don't have a lot of time in the middle of the week to cook, nor do I really want to be spending my time in the kitchen cooking. So I usually will make hamburger patties with either the 90% lean or the 96% lean. It just kind of depends on like what I have on hand. But the best burgers that you will make at home is this recipe. I will try and leave a link to this down below. It's kind of made up. My husband came up with it, and ever since, we've been just making these burgers like at home all the time. Like, we rarely now go out for burgers because these just make the most tender, juiciest burgers. It's almost like making a meatloaf. So you throw in an egg, you throw in some breadcrumbs, a little bit of Worcestershire soy sauce, some other seasonings. You kind of mix it all together, and I make burger patties out of them, and then I have my husband grill them on the barbecue. Just depending on how big or thick you want your burger patties, I will usually just divide them up into 4 patties. Sometimes I'll do 6, and they are just amazing to have on hand. I'll have a burger patty sometimes with like salad, or I'll actually have it with burger buns in the middle of the week, or I'll have just a burger patty with sweet potatoes on the side and a veggie. It's just so convenient, easy. I don't have to think about what I'm eating in the middle of the week, and these are so satisfying. They're high protein. The macros on them are really good. I'll put a screenshot actually of what the macros are right here so you guys can see, but definitely try this one out. You won't regret it. Next up are my shredded chicken breasts that I love to eat throughout the week. You can put them in taco bowls, you can put them in tacos, you can make quesadillas with them. And these are just so easy to make. You throw in chicken breast in a pan with a little bit of water. I put seasoning, like the same seasonings pretty much that I use for my meats as well. My go-tos are paprika, chili powder, garlic powder, onion powder, salt, pepper. I throw in a little bit of water into the pan just so that the chicken breast has a chance to kind of steam, and that really kind of infuses the chicken breast to get really like juicy and tender. I cover it with foil, pop that into the oven at 350 for around 2 hours-ish, I want to say. And when you take that out, it is just so easy to shred. With like 2 forks, you just shred it up, small pieces. And I enjoy this with my salads. My son, you know, he eats them. I use them in quesadillas, like for my son as well. We use them a lot for like tacos, for burritos. It's just such an easy kind of go-to protein, and the macros on it are so good. Chicken breast has like almost no fat, high protein, so satisfying. And I make a big batch of that for the week. This typically will last us anywhere between like, I want to say 3 to 4 days as well. Just like so nice to have it in the fridge. You don't have to go out and buy chicken. Like, you can just make chicken breast at home, and you don't have to stand over the stove or anything. You just pop it into the oven and it's done within 2 hours. So that's a really nice one, convenient one as well. I typically stay away from chicken at Costco anyway, like the rotisserie chicken specifically, because it's just filled with a bunch of junk that I don't want to put in my body. I could just make even better quality than that at home. So I make that a lot. Chicken breast is a staple in our house. Moving on to veggies, I keep it really simple. I just steam a bunch of broccoli. I'll usually do like half a bag of broccoli florets, and I steam that for, I don't know, 7 or 8 minutes. And that is like another go-to staple in our house. We eat a lot of broccoli. It's just easy, it's high fiber. Throw it in with some rice, some chicken, done. Meal is done for dinner. And then sweet potato. I love having sweet potato. I feel like my body just digests sweet potato really well. So I cubed up some sweet potato, seasoned it, threw that in the oven and roasted it for about like 30 minutes. They come out nice and crispy and golden brown. And I just love incorporating sweet potatoes, especially for dinner when I'm trying to stick with something that's maybe less carb heavy and I want to stay away from like the breads and the pastas and the rice. Sweet potato is a great option to have as like a starch for dinner time. Another carb that I like to make in big batches is rice, and I just use my rice cooker to make about 1.5 cups to 2 cups of rice, and this lasts us a really long time just because we don't eat rice every single day. It's more of just like a nice to have if I'm wanting some rice for lunch instead of like a salad, so I'll have that on hand. We also like to use it for burritos or taco bowls. It's kind of nice to have in the fridge for putting together a meal. So I always have rice on hand, and again, I try and stay away from like the microwavable packets and things like that, just because it's so easy to like make rice in my rice cooker. I've got like a mini rice cooker, and it takes literally 20 minutes to make a big batch of rice. So that's another staple in our house. The last thing that I did want to meal prep this week that I thought was like really convenient, because typically when I make it first thing in the morning, I don't always have a lot of time to do it, and I feel rushed doing it. So I decided to actually make the batter the night before, and this is my high protein Kodiak waffles. Not all the time do I like to eat eggs. Sometimes I get tired of eating eggs and egg whites in the morning. So this is a really great alternative if you are craving something sweet, not savory, but yet you want to hit your macros. These high protein waffles are my go-to. If you've ever seen the Kodiak waffle high protein packages in your grocery store, definitely give them a try. They are just so easy. Like, you just throw in the mix and put in some yogurt. I add in an egg, mix that up. Sometimes I'll add in a little bit of stevia, some cinnamon, some vanilla extract into the batter. And then the next morning, my batter's already made and mixed up, ready to go. Throw that into my waffle maker. These make the most delicious waffles, and they are high protein. So you won't feel like you are indulging, you're still hitting your targets. It's gonna help with muscle building because you're getting a good amount of protein first thing in the morning. I believe these have, I wanna say, anywhere between like 30 to 35 grams of protein. So it's a great breakfast idea. Again, I will screenshot the macros and put them here, along with leaving a recipe down below. If you guys are interested, you can try it out. But these are just some ideas to give you. Again, this is not something that I recommend for everybody. I mean, this is just like what works for me and for our lifestyle. I like to batch cook our proteins and our veggies on Sunday night. It literally only takes me anywhere between 1.5, max 2 hours on a Sunday to get all of my cooking done. So batch prepping just helps me tremendously. It frees up my time during the week. It frees up my energy to put that energy into my training sessions versus into trying to figure out what to eat. I'm hitting my protein goals, I'm hitting my macros. So it's essential for me to do all of this high protein meal prep for the week, so that I know that I'm going after my goals and I'm headed towards the right direction. And nutrition is like 80% of it. And when it comes down to building muscle, losing fat, nutrition, making sure you're eating the right types of foods and the right quantities of things is like 80% of the battle. So I hope you found this helpful. If you guys are into this type of content, leave me a comment down below letting me know if you would like to see more of these types of videos. Thumbs it up, subscribe, and I will see you in my next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.